All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Har1 Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. There's going to be a quick, walk and talk, impromptu. This is Malachi 4:1. As we go throughout our daily course in our business, throughout our life, living in this matrix. We got to remember this right here. All the wickedness you're seeing, all of the wicked people that's around you, that you got to be around throughout your daily life, as you go about your business or working around people or moving amongst the community. Remember this, Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All right? Just like you got to clock in, you got to work the day off or a day to go to work, holidays, all these different days these people got. Well, the Most High got a judgment day coming. And that day is already set in stone. Better yet, it's already set in heaven, written in heaven for that day to come. That shall burn as an oven. I mean, it's going to be a controlled fire. And this place is going to be the oven. It's also called the lake of fire, or the oven, to where the Lord is going to melt 2/3 of our people here and these heathens, the wicked in this place. All right? That shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and they're pushing here pride in America. In Babylon, they pushing pride on, on every level. All right, especially a little pride movement. It shows you the spirit of this place. It's all built upon pride, man. Self-love. What they call it? Men should be lovers of their own selves. Look at all this, even though you stream, that don't make you obsessed with yourself, but you can see a lot of people on social media and the internet obsessing, and narcissistic now. Built upon pride, money, position, status, ego, corruption, manipulation. So, and all that do wickedly against the Most High, they're still living in sin, right? Now, all that do wickedly, all right? So you might have wicked thoughts in your mind. Well, what some would consider wicked, you want to put your hands on somebody for being, wicked. That's, in this society, they look at that as crazy. But outside of that, now it says here, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So like I'm kind of stalling because I'm trying to see as I'm walking. But it says, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. All right, so they're going to be stubble, part of the stubble, and the destruction that's coming. So we can't let it fool us as we kind of dive into this matrix to, get our daily bread. Or you got to move amongst the community. You might be doing deliveries. See a lot of things that frustrate you. And Artaxerxes, he said something to Nehemiah while he was beginning to build the wall in 445 BC. He said, why is your face sad and you're not sick? He said, yo, I see the corruption and the destruction of the walls and of my people, of my nation, you know? So if you ain't sick and it ain't about prophecy and seeing the corruption of our people, then you should just try not to let it affect you or distract you or affect you emotionally, you know, to where you're depressed or low self-esteem. All right. So, you know, and as Nehemiah was beginning to build the wall, notice that he had the adversary coming up against him, you know, those nations. But today it would be haters. You could be building in the truth, you're gonna have people come against you, scoffers, building in your family, building your household, building your income, and you're gonna have people maybe at your job that come against you, try to hinder you from building what the Lord set up for you. So with Nehemiah, his name means Yahweh comforts, and that's what we'll experience in these times, is the Most High comforting us and being with us in every situation, especially when we pray to Him and call on Him. All right, so he began to build. Nehemiah began to build. I think it's Nehemiah. It means Yahweh comforts. But as he began to build, others were trying to tear him down. So that Yahweh put a spiritual wall around Nehemiah as Nehemiah began to build. And they built with one hand working and the other with a sword in their hand. And that's how we got to be in this society. We got to fight the good fight of faith, having the spiritual sword in our, you know, at our defense and our offense, but also building. Don't stop building. All right, because judgment day is coming. And that day cometh that shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Because our blessing is in those chariots. All right, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And salvation is in those chariots. Yahweh Shai is going to be in the chariots. All right, and we'll grow up taken care of by the Master himself, Yahweh Shai. Like Secret Service. All right. And it says what? And this is a future prophecy of those that get delivered from this coming destruction. It says, and ye shall tread down the wicked. So the Lord going to use you to tread down those elites and the wicked that are upon the earth, that's going straight into bondage under the righteous. For they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. And this is that time. We're in that time where that day is coming. So that they all join to each other. That day of judgment is coming, and that day of salvation, and also the day of redemption, and then revenge from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai upon these heathens and the wicked. All right, so you know we gotta keep our head up, stay brotherly, stay in the spirit, man, and don't lose sight that that day is still coming. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.